Class 7. As you know that yesterday we have done the explanation of this poem, Meadow Surprises. And today we will do the question answers as well as some paraphrase of this poem. So first of all, we have discussed this first question, velvet grass, what it means? It means soft grass. Drinking straws means butterflies suck nectar with the help of tube-like structures. And what were meadow houses? They were small homes which were the home of insects under the grass. So this we have done yesterday. And then what was amazing mound? Amazing mound, it was created by ants. It means the small mountains of mud which are created by ants. Fuzzy head of what? It is of bright yellow flowers. So next is, now second question, we have to start with the second question. Moment, two students have just entered. Yes. So next one is, which line in the poem suggests that you need a keen eye and a sharp ear to enjoy a meadow? Which line in the poem it suggests that you need a keen eye and a sharp ear to enjoy a meadow? Yes, who will give the answer? Yes. Who will give the answer? Yes, raise up your hand. Yes, who has raised up the hand? Once again, raise up your hand. So I think you are not able to answer. So which line in the poem it suggests that the last line, you may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. So how you will write down? You will write down from the question that the line which suggests that you need a keen eye and a sharp ear to enjoy a meadow is, you may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. If you look and listen well is the right answer. Okay. So next is, find pictures of kinds of birds, insects, scenes mentioned in the poem. This you will do yourself. Okay. Next is, watch a tree or a plant or walk across a field or park. Just a moment, please. Yes. Watch a tree or a plant or walk across a field or park at the same time every day for a week. Keep a diary of what you see and hear. At the end of the week, write a short paragraph or a poem about your experiences and put your writing up on the class bulletin board. So what you have to do, you will observe nature. Throughout the week, you will observe nature, and in the next class, we will discuss that what you have observed and you will write a paragraph for it. Okay. But now for the time being, what we are going to start, we are going to start with the extracts. Okay, so here on the board, I'm writing some questions. You will also write down these questions side by side, and you have to write down these questions in your fair notebooks. Okay. So give the heading, read the following extracts and answer the questions that follow. Answer the questions that follow. Okay, so here it is. So here this is first extract. Okay, so what is the first extract? It is starting from, meadows have surprises. Meadows have surprises until it is going to the second last line of the second para, the nectar tip. The nectar tip. Okay. So till here you have to write down. Yes, Kanam. So right now,
मैम बोर्ड क्लियर नहीं दिख रहा है मैम अपना लैपटॉप
okay, I will stop that sharing and I will make the board. I will pin that board. Okay, so now I hope that now it is clear, right? So write down the first question. Which are the surprises the poet talks about? Which are the surprises the poet talks about? So which are the surprises the poet is talking about? Yes, which are the surprises the poet is talking about? The poet is talking about the surprises that are hidden in the meadows. And when you discover them, one can discover these, you can say these surprises when a person walks through the velvet grass and listen to the sounds nearby. Okay, and when it happens, when he walks slowly on the soft grass and listens to the sounds nearby. Okay, right? So write down second question. How does a butterfly is a source of surprise for the poet? For the poet, how does a butterfly is a surprise for the poet? Yes, who will speak? Yes. Okay, fine. Yes, how does a butterfly is a source of surprise for the poet? The butterfly is a source of surprise for the poet as the butterfly sits upon a buttercup. As the butterfly, it sits upon a buttercup, and how it folds its straws to drink the or to suck the nectar. Okay, to suck the nectar of the flower or of the buttercup. Okay, so third question. What is the rhyme scheme of stanza 1? What is the rhyme scheme of stanza 1? Yes, what is the rhyme scheme of stanza 1? Yes, what is the rhyme scheme of stanza 1? What is, you know, yesterday we have done, it is none other than A, B, C, B. Okay, what is the rhyme scheme of stanza 1? It is A, B, C, B. Yesterday we have done for all the, you can say, paragraphs. Okay, for all the stanzas. Clear now? Now, next afterwards, we are going to start with the next stanza. Next stanza, I'm using that chalk because this is bit light. So now write down second stanza. For second stanza, write down, you may scare a rabbit. You may scare a rabbit till when you blow. When you blow. Okay, so question 1, write down. How does the poet enjoy the scene of a rabbit? How does the poet enjoy the scene of a rabbit? How he is enjoying the scene of a rabbit? Yes. Mishti, Suhana, Dhanvi, who will give the answer? Raise up your hands. Yes. Raise up your hands to give the answer. Who will give the answer? Still I'm waiting. Harjeet, Harshia. Today you are very, you can say, slow to give answers. So, finally, Harshia has raised up the hand. Yes. Yes, Harshia, give the answer.
मैम मैम बोर्ड मैम बिल्कुल क्लियर नहीं है, कुछ दिख नहीं रहा।
Okay, let me speak the question. How does the poet enjoy the scene of a rabbit? Now, write down this question. How does the poet enjoy the scene of a rabbit? Now you can give the answer. How does the poet enjoy the scene of a rabbit? How he enjoys the scene of a rabbit? Can anybody tell? So how he enjoys? So let me explain. The poet enjoys the scene of a rabbit who is sitting hidden under the grass. Who is sitting hidden under? Bhavya wants to give the answer. Yes, Bhavya, give the answer.
The poet is enjoying the scene of the rabbit as the first rabbit hides between the grasses, and he is not able to, and the poet is not able to see the rabbit, and then then the rabbit hops, and then he is able to see him.
Yes, very good. So how he enjoys the scene of a rabbit? The poet enjoys the scene of a rabbit as the rabbit is sitting hidden under the grass. Okay, so when the poet comes near him, he jumps and hops and runs away from him, and this makes the poet enjoy this scene. Okay, it is clearly mentioned in the paragraph. So now write down next question. What has turned to airy parachutes? What has turned to airy parachutes? Yes, what has turned to airy parachutes? What has turned to airy parachutes? Yes, it is. Yes, Bhavya, give the answer. What has turned to airy parachutes?
Ma'am, a deadly on.
A
deadly on. A deadly on.
Okay, a dandelion flower turns to airy parachute. So what has turned to airy parachutes? It is a dandelion that turns to airy parachutes. Okay. How does the poet, next is, how does the poet explain the change in dandelion? How does the poet explain the change in dandelion? So how does the poet, he has explained the change in dandelion? How does the poet has explained the change? Yes, raise up your hand. Yes, raise up your hand. It is very easy poem, but see, you are not able to answer. So how does he has explained the change? So see here in this passage, it is clearly given that the poet has explained that the fuzzy head of dandelion. Okay, who has raised up? Bani has raised up the hand. Yes, Bani.
The poet has explained that dandelion had a fuzzy head, but golden days ago, when you blow, it flutters and turns into a airy parachute.
Yes, very good. So how you will explain? The poet has explained that the dandelion has the dandelion was or dandelion had golden fuzzy head some days ago, but when you blow it, it will turn into airy parachutes. What it will happen? It will change into airy parachutes. Okay. So next afterwards, we are going to the next one, that is the third stanza or third extract. Next is third extract. It is explore the meadow houses. Explore the meadow houses and listen well. And listen well. So these two stanzas we are taking here. What does the poet mean when he says meadow houses? When he says meadow houses, what does the poet say or mean when he says meadow houses? Yes, whose houses he was talking about? Yes. Whose houses the poet is talking about? Yes. Suhana, give the answer. I have
The
unmuted
poet
you.
is talking. The poet
Yes,
is
the
talking
poet is talking about.
the houses of the rabbits and
Voice not clear, Suhana.
ants that live in burrows.
I'm not getting the answer. Okay, Bani, you can give the answer. So
The
whose
poet
house?
is talking about the
Huh?
houses and burrows under the ground of rabbits and other animals and ants.
Very good. So what does he is talking about? The poet is talking about the houses of animals and insects made in the grass. So there he's, according to poet, or poet says that there are burrows of the rabbits and nest of small birds under the grass, as well as there are mounds of ants. What are there? That there are mounds of ants, right? Next, according to poet, write down next question. According to poet, who is able to discover meadow surprises? Who is able to discover meadow surprises? According to poet, who is able to discover meadow surprises? Yes. Who is able to discover meadow surprises? Yes, Rishita, give the answer. Who is able to discover meadow surprises? Who is able to discover these meadow surprises? Who is able to discover? Okay. So Hana, I think now on your side network is fine. Now speak out the answer. Who is able to discover Meadow Surprises?
The poet is poet. According to the poet, the person who can look very minute things and listen well is able to discover the meadow surprises.
Yes. So right, absolutely right. Who is able to listen well? According to poet, the person who has keen eye. Okay, who has keen means observant. Keen eye. Keen eye and observes nature very well. And who observes nature well is able to discover meadow surprises. Okay, he is able to discover these meadow surprises and he enjoys the surprises that are hidden in the meadows, right? So, or suppose this kind of question can also be asked, write synonym of discover. What is synonym of discover? Yes. Give synonym of discover. Yes, Rishita. Give synonym of discover.
Excuse me,
Yes, yes.
मैम को बोलो मेरे को आंसर करना है.
I'm not getting Rishita. What are you saying? Synonym of discover is find. Yes, Harshia.
Find or locate.
It's locate. Yes, you can say, but it is exactly it is find. Okay. So next one more question. This is often asked. Suppose name the poem and the poet. Write down one more question for it. Name the poem and the poet. So what is the poet? So you will write down the name of the poem is Meadow Surprises and the poet is Lois Brand Philip. Okay, who is the poet? Poet is Lois Brand Phillips. So you must know the name of the poem as well as that of the poet. Okay, so name of the poet is Lois Brand Phillips. Okay, so this is all about the extracts of this chapter. And now afterwards, we have to start with another poem that is Garden Snake. Okay, today I will just give you a short introduction of this poem. Garden Snake is after your chapter Bicycle in Good Repair. Okay, so garden snake. So you know, whenever you see a snake, okay, so how you feel? You feel quite disturbed, you feel afraid, you feel killing a snake. But are these animals really harmful? Have we ever thought of it that these animals are really harmful? Of course, they are harmful if you harm them. But if you don't harm an animal, like a snake, then they won't harm you. They are actually afraid of you. And you know, there is a myth prevalent that that snakes, whenever they heard that sound of that flute, that is of bean, okay, they come out of their holes. Actually, but actually, what is the reality? The reality is that snakes, they don't have their ears. They are devoid of ears. It is only the vibrations they feel which make them come out and move their head, and they sway their head, you can say, on the vibrations of that are produced by that flute. Okay, so this is one of the facts. Okay, so here in this poem, the poet, he has explained about the qualities of a snake, right? And the poet is also telling us that snakes, they are also like other animals. We should not harm them, we should not kill them. Rather, what we should do, we should also allow them to enjoy their life, because it is only the fear of the snake. We are always afraid of the name of snake, and we have made this picture in our mind that snakes are really very harmful. But actually, they are, of course, part of our, you can say, ecosystem. They also play an important role as they eat up insects and rodents. If there will be absence of snakes, then the, you can say, population of these rodents and insects would increase in ecosystem, and ultimately what will happen? This will again harm us. Okay, so every creature that God has made has its own role to play. So we should not think that we should kill all the snakes because they are harmful. You know, some of the people, they also tame snakes. Okay, so it's only our, you can say, opinion that we have made in our mind about snakes. So tomorrow we will do this poem, and with that, now I'm just going to take your doubts.